What's up YouTube, JP here, and in a previous video we fixed stick drift on a PS4 controller. But if you know me by now, I like to customize everything. So ExtremeRate have sent out a custom shell for that PS4 controller. So without further delay, let's dive in. So before I start the video, I just want to give a massive thank you to everyone who supported me over the past couple of weeks. The kind words and patience from you guys. It's been absolutely amazing and I really appreciate it. So just going off topic for a second here, because we're not going to be talking about the PlayStation 4 for a moment. We're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch. Because over the past 2 weeks when I've been away, there's been a firmware update from 15.01 to 16.00. Now if you want to upgrade to that firmware, there is a compatible Atmosphere Hecate and SIG patches. Now I haven't done a video on upgrading the Nintendo Switch firmware yet, but a friend of mine has. Cobby from Switch Brew. I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel and that video below. Please pay him a visit. Tell him I sent you, and then give him a thumbs up and subscribe. He would really appreciate that, and so would I. So the PlayStation controller up until the PS5 hasn't really changed that much. The PS1, PS2, PS3 and PS4 controllers all look very similar, and I wanted to change this up. So I reached out to ExtremeRate to get one of their custom shells. Not only does it change the appearance of the controller, but it also adds programmable buttons on the back. So the shell they sent me was the Chameleon Purple Decade Tournament Controller, DTC for short. Now I love a chameleon painted controller. I love the way it changes colour in the light, and I actually have a pretty similar controller shell from an Xbox One Elite control pad that I bought from ExtremeRate about 6 years ago. So this kit from ExtremeRate is going to do two things. Of course it changes the look of the controller, not just the colour. The actual shape and size of the controller is going to be different now. And it also adds programmable buttons on the back, just like you see on the Xbox One Elite controllers. So before we go any further, let's get this unboxed, see what's involved and have a look at the kit itself. So here's the box for the shell here. And straight away when we open the box, we can see that lovely chameleon purple shell. Looks absolutely fantastic. Then we have the rear shell, and this is what's going to house the buttons, those programmable buttons on the back. Then we have the toolkit, which you get with every ExtremeRate product, so you've got everything you need to do the job. And then these little rings actually go in the analog stick holders on the front panel, or the front shell. Then we have a bag of some buttons. These are the programmable buttons on the back. And then we have a bag of screws and washers. Now the great thing about ExtremeRate is they always give you replacement screws for everything. Now in this bag, it's actually the programmable buttons themselves, the ones that you're going to be clicking on the back of the controller. So as you can see, we have kind of like 3 circuit boards, and they're all attached with some ribbon cables, as you can see here. And then the other thing is to extend the headphone jack at the bottom of the controller, because this is going to make the controller bigger. Then last but not least, this is what you actually need to use to solder in. Not the bigger piece, that small piece there. So that small piece needs soldering in, and you only need to use that if you want to program the L3 and R3. The other one is actually plug and play, the thicker cable. Now here we have very detailed instructions, but you can also use the video on the ExtremeRate website. Now we've actually got it all unboxed, let's get it installed on my PS4 controller. Now as always, this isn't an install tutorial, so we're going to speed through the footage. So ExtremeRate don't just sell parts for the PlayStation 4, they also do PS5 and the Xboxes, Nintendo Switch, and even some retro stuff. If you use code ARG10, you can save 10% on their website. I will leave a link in the description so you can save 10% today. I also want to say thank you to everyone that's already ordered something from the ExtremeRate website using code ARG10. We now have an ExtremeRate channel on the Discord server, so you can share pictures and thoughts on all the ExtremeRate products you've bought. A link to the Discord server will be in the description below also. Now on the ExtremeRate website they do have full video tutorials on how to install these products. And I found this shell pretty easy and therapeutic to install. The only part that some people might find difficult is the soldering, but that's only if you want to remap L3 and R3. It's not necessary, but if you don't have a soldering iron or you don't feel comfortable doing this, then you can still fit it all, you just won't have access to the L3 and R3 mapping. Not a big deal if you ask me. So if you enjoy my videos and you want to support the channel and you get value from my videos, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm JP, you've been watching Alien Retro Gaming, and I'll catch you in the next one.